The question says, a force given by this expression acts on an object as the object moves in the x direction from the origin to x equals 5.05 meters. Find the work being done on the object. So the given force is two-dimensional, everybody, right? You have to go to this line here to calculate the work being done, F dot dr, then you take the integral, right? What is the force being done? It's a two-dimensional force. If the given force is two-dimensional, you have to write down the displacement as a two-dimensional vector as well. So what is the displacement? What is dr equal to? Dx I hat plus dy j hat. You cannot do the integral before you do the dot product. How do you take the dot product? The x components multiply, the y components multiply, then you have an addition in between. 3x dx plus 4y dy. Then you will distribute the integral sign. So you will end up having two integrals, one for the x direction, one for the y direction. So now tell me, everybody, what is the displacement? The object starts at the origin 0, 0, then it goes to x equals 5.05. Do we have any displacement in the y direction? No. So y goes from 0 to 0, right? If there's no displacement in the y direction, what does dy equal to? Displacement in the y direction is 0. This entire term is going to come out to be 0. So what are you going to integrate? You're going to integrate 3x dx. How do you integrate 3x with respect to x? I will leave it up to you. Once you find the solution to the integral, you're going to go ahead and plug in your limits and then write the answer. Your answer should be 38.3 joules if you have the same problem as I do, if the numbers are consistent. Moving on to the next part. Find the work being done by the force on the object if the object moves from the origin to x equals 5, y equals 5.05 as well. So now we're going from 0, 0 to where? 5.05, comma, 5.05. So x goes from 0 to 5.05, y goes from 0 to 5.05. If you notice, I didn't go back to the beginning. Where do you go back, everybody? So part B, where do you start part B? You start part B with the same steps we have done with part A, but you don't have to repeat them once again. So where do you start? You start at this equation for W. Actually, just right here. You take 3x dx plus 4y dy. What is the only thing that's missing? The limits of integral. X goes from 0 to 5.05. Y goes from 0 to 5.05. When you find the solution to the integral, 3x squared divided by 2. Find the solution to the integral, 4y squared divided by 2. Then you're going to have to plug in your values and substitute and give me an answer. Okay? I'm not going to do it. This is your job.